So factor each polynomial. So let's do A here. It is 12 bracket x plus 2 squared plus 24 with another x plus 2 plus a 9. Okay? Now, you might be tempted to multiply out this set of brackets with the squared, or bring in the greatest common factor on this one with the 24. But what they're wanting you to do in this question is to notice that the brackets are the same. So if you notice that x plus 2 is occurring in brackets in two different spots, we can use substitution to make it look more simple. Okay, I'm just going to use an m for Melly, so I'm going to let, but you can use any variable you want. I'm going to let m be worth x plus 2, so that I can substitute in an m anytime I see an x plus 2. So what my statement now looks like is a 12 with an m squared plus a 24 with an m plus a 9. And now this truly does look like a quadratic that I could probably factor. Okay? Is my order good? Yes. Greatest common factor. Do I have a greatest common factor here that I can take out of this? What's my greatest common factor here? What did you say? 3? Right? Yeah. Okay, so we can take out a 3. And my leftovers here would be a 4m squared plus an 8m plus a 3. And don't be afraid to let me know if I make a mistake, okay? And then from here, what's going to happen is we pulled out this greatest common factor. We can carry it down to the end, so we can ignore it right now if you wanted to. And just, I usually draw an arrow, I just don't finish it yet, because wherever I end up, I know I'm going to have to put that 3 there. Okay? So now what I have left here is I want to make sure that I did my order, I did my greatest common factor. Now I decide binomial, trinomial, or 4 terms. This one's a trinomial. Okay? So I do start still with this. I go 4 by A times my C, so 4 times 3, and I'm going to get 12. And I do my list here. So 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. The next number would be 4, but I ran into my own list, so I'm done. My signs here, since this is positive, my signs need to be the same. So it's either plus, plus, or minus, minus. And I need them to add together to get 8. So which ones add together to get 8? The 2 and 6, and they're both positive, because I want my answer positive. Okay, so there are 2 ways to factor this. You can factor it by decomposition, which is where you split this middle term. Okay, how many people split that middle term and use decomposition? Okay, it looks like that's the one I should do. Okay, but then the other option that you can sometimes get quicker with is the one where we can do it with we start with the 4 in both factors, and then we divide by 4 for one of the factors. And then with that one, we can jump right from these items I circled on the side. Okay, but for now what I'll do is I will do decomposition. So I will keep my 4m squared the same, but this 8m I'm going to split up into a plus 2m and a plus 6m. The order that you write those in shouldn't matter, so if you wrote them in backwards, that's okay. And then plus a 3, that one also stays the same. Okay, I split them down the middle, and the sign in the middle goes with the second set of terms. In this first set of terms, what's the greatest common factor that I can take out? 2m. So I take out a 2 and an m. I have a 2m plus 1 left. Okay? Second set of terms, greatest common factor is 3. Good. And I want to take the sign out that's there, so plus 3. And then my leftovers would be a 2m plus 1. I know I've done it correctly because it should work out. If there was something on this list over here that worked, then these 2 factors should also work and be the same. Okay, so that's one of my factors, 2m plus 1. And my other factor is these greatest common factors together. So this is where it becomes multiplication, 2m plus 3. Okay? And then also, this greatest common factor that I pulled out from the beginning can now come down and be in front here. Okay? I'm not done the question yet, though, because this, I just factored it with an m. But if I go back to my question never had m's. I kind of cheated to put those in, but I have to now replace my m's back with the x plus 2. So here's my 3. Okay? This one should be 2 times my m plus 1. So I usually make, when I go to substitute back in, I usually make these curved brackets be square so that I can see what's going on. So then the next set would also be square brackets. Okay, and I'm going to have 2 times m, so 2 times by m was x plus 2. Correct? Yes? Okay, and then I have the plus 1 afterwards. Lots of students forget that part. Right? Then in the other one, it's 2m again, so 2 times by my x plus 2, but then I have this plus 3 here. Okay, these factors don't look really nice yet, so I'm going to distribute here and distribute here. My 3 out here. When I distribute, it's going to get rid of this set of brackets, so then my square brackets can go back to being circular if I want. There's really no rules on that. I could have them all be circular. That's fine. So this one would be 2x plus 4 plus a 1 still. This one would be 2x plus 4 plus a 3. So then what you can see here is now I can put my 4 and 1 together and my 4 and 3 together. So I will have a 2x plus 5 and a